What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for watching another video. We're actually going to be focusing on my TDI Sport Wagon today, which has been a while since I made a video about this car, but it's been having a few issues, especially the check engine light's been coming and going recently, and it keeps throwing code P2015, which I believe is like intake manifold flap malfunction, something like that. So I ended up ordering this little bracket right here. So it's supposed to fix that. It's from Diesel Geek. I'll put the link in the description. But this little like $60 part is supposed to fix that P2015 code, which apparently is a huge, pain in the rear end. And it could take weeks at the dealer if you're going to get it fixed under warranty. If you don't have a warranty anymore in the car, or if you voided your warranty, replacing the whole intake manifold could cost over $1,000. So this little part really will come in handy. Hopefully this works and it solves all my issues. So in today's video, we're going to be installing this. I'll show you how to. Let's get right into it. So right now we're in the engine bay of my TDI. I already took off the engine cover because that's got to come off. But we're going to be working in this area right here. We got to disconnect this plug right here. We're going to move these wires back, probably with a zip tie somewhere around this area. And we're going to be removing 1, 2, 3 bolts and taking this whole unit out of the car. So we're going to be removing this connector, pulling these wires back, and then these 3 bolts, if I'm not mistaken, they are a T27, and this whole unit should come right out. So again, first thing we're going to do is disconnect this connector. That's going to come out of the way. I'm going to zip tie this back. Actually, I might be able to just hold it back. And we're going to remove these 3, they are T27 bolts. Here's one. They're actually decently long, but 3 of these. That's 2. And 3. Alright guys, so now that this is loose, if you look in, there is a spring right there, and there is a little pivot ball right here that you got to disconnect it from. So be very careful with the spring. You might want to grab it with like a long needle nose plier, but you're gonna have to pull this out to the side, and that'll let it come out. It's already loose. That's all it needs to do, just come out of this little pivot ball right here. It's like a little bracket there, and then watch out for the spring because you don't want that to go flying anywhere. Alright guys, and here is the little mechanism, and then that's where it goes into. That takes about, no joke, maybe like 5 minutes to get out. So here we have the whole unit, and here is the bracket for this. So basically what happens is this piece right here moves way too far back, which is what causes the check engine light. So you want to have the bracket in this orientation, so it's going to be like this, and you're going to put it, so you're going to move this forward, slide this into place like so. Now that's into place, and now this bracket won't allow this part right here to move back far enough. So if I remove it, see where it is right now, if I remove this bracket out of the way, it goes a lot farther back, that's what's causing the check engine light. This bracket allows this piece right here not to move farther back than it needs to. So now, hold it, so we're going to tighten up this bolt, and then one of the original bolts that come onto this actuator go through here, and it holds it all together. And just as a heads up, you want to make sure that all of this is squared away. You don't want this to be off, because then you're not going to get the screws in. This might be a little off center, so maybe the bracket might not work. So you want to make sure that all the edges and everything are squared away so that you're going to have no issues when you reinstall this. And I also tightened the end of the spring so that it won't come out and it won't pop off. So this is what it should look like. Here's the piece with the spring. Now this is going to be farther up, and the bracket's in place now. All I need to do is put the screw in to put it back into the car. So now everything we're going to do is just going to be in reverse order. We're going to get this unit back into here. We got to get that pivot ball back into this little bracket here and get the spring back into place, which should be pretty easy, and then bolt everything up, and that is the entire install. Alright guys, so the trickiest part is going to be to get the spring back on. I got the spring back on in the back, and now, there we go. Got the little ball back in place. So the hardest part is going to be, let me brighten it up a little bit, right there, where you got to get the spring back into place, and then with the spring in place, you got to be able to get this piece right here back in place. So now we can bolt all this back up and then see if the install actually worked. Two, and then number 3 down here. Alright guys, so this whole piece is back together. It's all nice and tight. The bracket, as you can see, is right here now in place. Everything went back on pretty smooth. This should be no more than like a 15 to 20 minute install. So I'm going to connect everything back, cut off the zip ties, and then start up the car, see if the code is still there, or erase the code and see if it still pops up, because what was happening before is that I would erase the code and it would automatically come back. So maybe now it won't. Again, I'm gonna connect everything up. I'll get my little scanner and then I'll meet you guys back up in the car. All right guys, so we're back in the car. I don't know what's gonna happen. First I'm just gonna start it up, and then from there, if I still have a light, then I'll go into my Carista, which this is what I used to do all my things on, but I'll go into there and then see what the codes are. So I'm just gonna, let's see if, okay, so still got a light, but again, I'm just going to scan it and see what pops up. Alright guys, so at the moment these are the 3 codes that I'm showing that I have. P0401, which is EGR, insufficient flow, so I'm going to try and clean that out one of these days. I still have the intake manifold position thing that I bought the bracket for, and then this one, P240F, I don't know what that is either, but I'm going to erase it because when I would reset the light, the P2015 would come right back. So let me see right now what happens. Alright guys, so it seemed like it works because now I've switched the ignition on and off a few times, and what would happen before was that every single time I would reset the light and then turn the car off and turn it on, the light would pop back on. But now when I do that, I get no more light. I mean, yeah, I got my bulb out light went out, but the check engine light's gone, and I could turn it off and on and the light stays off. And I've done that a few times already, take the key out and on, so, and I have no light. So to me, whoa, that's a success. So it works. No more check engine light for that. I'm gonna drive the car around anyway to see what's up. But yeah guys, it's like a 15 to 20 minute install, definitely worth it. Alright guys, so that's gonna end the video. I'm gonna leave the link of the product in the description. That beeping is very annoying, but I'm gonna leave the link in the description for the product. It's super simple. The install, like I said, takes 15 to 20 minutes. It's really fast, super easy. All you need is a T27 and probably some long needle nose pliers to hold the spring in place. But anyways, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully this helps anybody out, not spend a ton of money if you're out of warranty. This is definitely a very cheap alternative to keep the car going and to keep that pesky check engine light off. So anyways, guys, please like, comment, and subscribe to let YouTube know that I'm doing a good job, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good day.